Hello, I am Marie Contreras. For the last 20 years, I have been a vintage and antique collectibles reseller on eBay. For the last 5 years, I have run my own pet care business. I write a weekly blog about pet care, and I recently wrote my first book about caring for dogs. I make videos on this channel about growing a small business, saving money, and living life on your own terms. If this sounds like something you would enjoy, stick around. I hope you enjoy what I created for you. In today's video, I'm going to share 15 easy tips to save on your food budget this week. These 15 easy tips will help you save on your food budget. You don't have to do all of them to save. Pick a new one every time you want to trim a little off the budget. A little bit here and there will really add up. On average, I spend between $35 and $50 per week on groceries for myself. I could easily spend that or more on one meal at a restaurant in Los Angeles. Today's video is sponsored by Good Dogs, a foolproof guide for having happy and healthy dogs. Yes, I wrote this book. I don't have any real sponsors yet, but this is a great book. If you have dogs or you know somebody who has a dog, you can find it on Kindle, in paperback on Amazon, and now it's also available on Audible, so you can listen to it while you're driving around. Anyway, back to today's program. Number 1, buy in bulk. Look at your per ounce cost. Some things are cheaper in small amounts, so always look at the per unit cost. Sometimes it will be ounces, pounds, or uses. Choosing the cheapest, smaller amount item is often more expensive in the long run. Number 2, plan more beans into your meal plans. Dried beans are the least expensive. Usually canned beans are easy to prepare at home, last a long time, and are versatile. Beans are nutritious and great sources of fiber at a very affordable price point. Number 3, white rice. It can be added to meals to stretch ingredients and make a meal more filling. It is very versatile and stores very well, which makes it a popular emergency food. If you fill a 5-gallon bucket with rice and add some bay leaves, it will last a very long time. Brown rice doesn't last as long due to the higher fat content. Number 4, tortillas. Leftover bits of veggies and beans make great burritos. Tortillas can come in very handy to make burritos out of all of your little leftover bits of things. Number 5, cook at home. Restaurants add a ton of fat and salt to overpriced food. For the cost of one meal, you can cook at home for the whole week. Number 6, grow your own herbs. Herbs are easy to grow and are fun to clip and add to meals for a fresh, savory flavor. Fresh herbs in the grocery store are relatively expensive compared to homegrown plants. Number 7, buy generic labeled or store brand foods. Name brands are more expensive, and the generic brands are often the same exact food made in the same factories, but just with a plain grocery store label. Number 8, shop dollar stores. Dollar stores are fun places to find great deals. Where I live, we have Dollar Tree nearby. Dollar Tree has frozen fruits and vegetables. I was recently shopping for blueberries, and the berries were marked up to $9 a bag at the regular grocery store due to some unknown issue with supplying the berries. I went to the Dollar Tree and I picked up 6 bags for $1 each. I often find deals like this. I get frozen vegetables here too. I buy spices, tortillas, salsa, condiments, cleaning supplies, and much more here. The inventory is always changing, so you never know what you will find. It is worth it to take a trip down your favorite aisles, though. I always get my reading glasses here, too. Number 9, shop the sales. When your favorite foods go on sale, stock up if you can store them. Don't get lured into buying things that your family doesn't like or won't eat, though. It won't save you money if you end up throwing it out. Stock your pantry with things you can use as go-to meals when the prices are good. If you see a good sale, add the items and the store to your weekly shopping list. Number 10, meal plan. Plan meals using items that you have on hand in this order. Things in the refrigerator that are going to spoil the fastest. Things in the freezer that will spoil next fastest. And finally, things in your pantry that will last the longest. The goal is not to throw food away, because that's your money you're throwing away. So you need to make sure you are using the most perishable food ingredients first. Check your stock to make sure you aren't buying more lettuce, for example, when you still have 2 heads of lettuce that need to be eaten. Use what you have first and add things to your list as you need them. At the end of the week, maybe you went out a few times and you didn't use all the groceries that you thought you would. When that happens to me, or when I change up my meal plans and I end up buying more than I actually need, I will skip the grocery that week and I will use up the stuff in my refrigerator so as not to allow it to spoil and to avoid food waste. Always use a grocery list and shop once per week. Set your budget, review your list, and stick to it. If your list will exceed your budget, remove extras like processed foods and sweets. These items are usually the most expensive and the least nutritious items on the list, unless you're buying meat. Meat is expensive. Also, buy real nutritious food. If you live alone and are afraid that fruits and vegetables will spoil before you can use them, buy smaller quantities. And buy some frozen options. Buy food that has been minimally processed. If it has a little soil still on it, you're on the right track. And if you do find that your fresh fruits and vegetables are getting past their prime a little quicker than you can eat them up, a lot of things can be cooked and then stored in the freezer, and that will stretch your food out also. I do this with bananas all the time. I don't cook them, of course, but when I have bananas that are starting to get freckled, I will slice them up and I will put a serving of bananas in a plastic Ziploc bag. And then as I have greens that I need to eat up, I'll add those. And then I'll add a couple of scoops of protein powder. And before you know it, I have a ready-to-go smoothie mix in my freezer. Currently, I have got about 6 bags of those, so I could have a smoothie for almost every day in the morning. And I've already got them made. It's no work at all. All I have to do is pop them in a blender, add a little bit of liquid, and blend. It's ready to go. Another way to save money is with plant-based foods. Meat and dairy products are expensive. You don't have to eat a vegan diet all the time. But if you give up meat and dairy products 1 or 2 days per week, you will save money. Shop produce and ethnic markets. Add variety to your plate and save money by shopping at Asian, Greek, kosher, and other ethnic produce stores. They often have unusual fruits and vegetables at bargain prices. Keep a stocked pantry so you can always whip something up at home. Keep food staples like rice, beans, flour, baking powder, spices, oatmeal, canned vegetables, and soups on hand so that if you can't go to the store for a week or two, you can still prepare healthy foods at home. Keep veggies in your freezer to round out meals. Look at the foods that you enjoy preparing and eating. Have those things on hand. And finally, eat the correct portion size. This tip will also help you maintain a healthy weight. Most restaurants serve 2 to 4 times the amount of food that a normal healthy adult should be eating to maintain their ideal weight. By eating a healthy, measured portion, your food will stretch further, you'll save money, and you'll be healthier. If you enjoyed this video, nudge the like button. If you would like to see more like this, consider subscribing. If you would like to read the blog or check out my new book, I'm going to leave links to them in the description. Thank you for watching. Bye till next time.